Why you open up yourself to someone that abuses you? This is one of the things that blows my mind to the extent that, like, it's beyond my human understanding. Like, how do you gather yourself as a human, as a woman? How do you gather yourself to sleep with someone, to have a relationship with someone who abuses you? How do you gather yourself to love someone who slaps you on the face, who slaps you till you land on the other side of the galaxy? How do you manage to do that? In today's video, we'll be discussing the topic Stop Loving Your Abusers. Like I mentioned in the intro, I physically can't comprehend how and why women are mainly targeting women because I'm a woman. I don't understand how you manage to stay in a relationship with a man that is literally abusing you. Although I do understand other factors like childhood trauma bonds, emotional ups and downs, the push and pull method that men use to get women hooked. But it gets to a point in your life whereby you can no longer use your childhood trauma, whereby you can no longer use something that you went through. I'm not saying this as a dismissive of your experience. I'm not saying this to devalue your experience. But it gets to a point in your life whereby you can no longer use what you went through as an excuse to be in something, to do something, or to continue on hurting yourself. Because when these abusers abuse you and you still stay in such relationships, at this point, it's called self-inflicted pain. At this point, it's called self-abuse. At this point, I'm starting to think that you like pain. And like I mentioned earlier, I do understand that all the factors play a part, especially from your childhood. I believe that everything that happens in your adult life has a direct link to your childhood. So sometimes when you find yourself going back to an abuser, or when you find yourself loving people or wanting to be close with people who hurt you, it's because that's how the relationship dynamic with your parents or your main caregiver was like. Me, for instance, growing up, I was made to tolerate pain. I was made to endure pain. And at one point in my life, I started thinking that when I meet someone and they're abusing me, they are being rude to me, when I met someone that were like my narcissistic parents, I thought that person was the one. I thought I was meant to be friends with that person. I thought me and that person were like this. When in reality, I was chasing familiarity. When in reality, I was going after what I was known. When in reality, I was chasing after what was used to my nervous system and also my brain. So in that extent, I understand. But if I've been able to deconstruct all these ideas, heal myself, and differentiate between love bombing and what true friendship actually looks like, I think you should be able to do the same. And it starts from you pointing out where this trauma is coming from. Because the more you get yourself involved with these abusers, the more they're going to hurt you even more. In the mind of an abuser, if they're abusing you and you're still sticking around, it tells them that you want more. It tells them that they didn't abuse you hard enough the last time, so now you are back for them to finish you. An abuser wants you back not because they love you. They want you back so they can finish you. They want you back so they can destroy you. They want you back so they can kill you sometimes. Stop begging these abusers to love you, okay? Most of the time when we are seeking for something outside ourselves as a human, it's because we lack those things from within. Whether it's love, whether it's loneliness, especially loneliness, because sometimes most people end up staying with their abusers because they're scared of being lonely, they're scared of being themselves. And also sometimes when you're with an abuser, they threaten you with loneliness, they threaten you with an abandonment. And also at times, an abuser makes the victim comfortable enough to stay, in the sense that they abuse you and condition your brain and your body for abuse so much to the extent that you think it's normal. And that happened to me. Okay, growing up, that happened to me. Before I moved there with my parents, and whenever they made any backhanded compliments, whenever they showed signs of them abusing me, I was able to point it out and defend myself. But later down the line, it became my norm. It became my norm because it was forced down my throat. It became my norm because I was forced to entertain their rubbishness. It became my norm because I was forced to entertain the abuse. In fact, at one point, I thought the abuse was hot. I thought my father abusing me was hot because that's the kind of man he showed me he was. And I'm so lucky. I've never dated. I've never had a boyfriend. I feel like throughout my life, I've been divinely protected, because if I didn't come out of this situation mentally, emotionally, and in all areas of my life, I would have attracted someone exactly like him. Like, I would have attracted someone 100% who was exactly like him, because throughout my life, yeah, every time there was an issue somewhere, or even when there's no issue, I'll start thinking that I'm a problem. I'll start thinking that I've done something wrong. And that stems from my parents always making me believe that I've done something, when in reality, it's actually them projecting. Okay, so when the abuser makes you feel comfortable about the abuse, you then start defending them. Yeah, this is when they've done years of programming, brainwashing, years of conditioning manually, to the extent that they don't have to manually abuse you anymore, to the extent that they don't have to manually manipulate you anymore. You manipulate yourself. And it's just so sad to witness that there are so many women out here who can't point out the fact that they are being abused. They think it's normal, and again, that stems from your childhood. Again, that stems from you conditioning you for the abuse. So if you're with someone that is terribly crossing your boundaries, you have to leave that person. Okay, you'll be fine alone. One of the cards that an abuser put is that you'll be lonely. Growing up, that card was used on me multiple times, and I never understood why, because I know within myself that I'm okay being alone. I know within myself that I'm okay spending time with myself. I'm okay doing stuff on my own. Like, why do you think I need you in my life? Yeah. And one thing for abusers is that they make you think that they are the only one who can love you. My narcissistic parents pulled the same card on me. They make you think that they are the only one who will love you. No one will love you as much as they love you. You have no choice than to stay with them. Like, they brainwash you and make you think that you're not worthy to be loved. You're not worthy for good things. Okay, and these were things that I actually believed. At one point in my life, I believed I was unlovable. I believed no one loved me. I believed no one wanted me. I believed I wasn't important, because growing up, that's how my parents made me feel. When in reality, it's because they don't like themselves. Yeah, when these narcissists threaten you with loneliness, it's because everyone that comes in their life ends up leaving them because of their own character. My father thinks that his ability of not being able to keep friends is because he's special. No, it's your character. If everyone that comes in your life is leaving, you have to sit down and analyze yourself. But no, when it comes to narcissists, they are too good to take accountability. They are too good to work on themselves. They are too good to make mistakes. You can't teach them. You can't correct them. They are perfect as they are. They don't want any correction. Okay, when these narcissists threaten you with loneliness, it's because they feel lonely. It's because they have fear of abandonment. And this is something that I think my parents have, because they threatened me with loneliness and abandonment. And I actually started feeling that way. And then at one point, I started with myself and I was like, what do I actually have to lose? Like, what has actually happened in my life for me to have fear of loneliness? What has actually happened in my life for me to have fear of abandonment? And then I realized there isn't none. These are all their own fears. Okay, like, because, like, sit down, what has actually happened in your life to make you feel lonely? And the loneliest period of my life, the loneliest moments of my life was when I was living at home with my family. That's when I felt most lonely, because they want you to feel that way. They isolate you. They leave you. They intentionally leave you out. My parents made my siblings think that I left myself out. There were things that was happening that I didn't even know about. They will plan to go to an event, and they will only tell me when they are walking to the car. And that if I want to go, then I should hurry up and come. If you knew that you were going swimming and you've been planning to go swim, because I think you have to book to go swim or something. I don't know, I've never booked, whether you have to book or turn up. Either way, you didn't plan to go swimming the day before, especially with kids. I'm sure they started planning weeks or days before. Why am I now only being told now that people are walking to the car? What's the point of that? So if someone is abusing you, So if someone is abusing you, if someone is crossing your boundaries, if you're in a position whereby you feel like your voice don't matter, whereby you feel like you are being violated, whereby you are simply not being respected, you have to leave that environment. The people that are treating you like that, they don't respect you. And it's not by the fact that you've done something wrong. If you've done something wrong, then talk it out. But the fact that you've done something wrong doesn't mean you deserve to be treated like you're not a human being. Okay? Stop finding toxicity hot. Stop wanting to fight. And I do understand that sometimes we've been conditioned to chase drama. We've been conditioned to chase toxicity from childhood. But it gets to a point in your life where you have to let all that go. Stop chasing abusers. Yeah, like, it gets to a point whereby I think I saw a post online about a girl saying that, oh, when she's in a relationship with her man and there's no argument, there's no fight, it means that he doesn't love her. No, this is a healthy relationship. Why do you need to fight with someone to prove that you love them? Why do you need to fight with someone to test that you love them? All these don't make sense. Stop wanting to fight. Stop wanting emotional highs and lows. Find peace should be your new norm, not toxicity. Find peace peaceful. Peace should be your new norm. Stop wanting to fight. Stop thinking that there's someone coming for you. If someone punches you in the face, oh my gosh, I just remember this video from Bad Barbie. I have to show you guys. It's basically this video of her saying that, oh, the fact that her man slapped her in the face doesn't mean that he should leave her. Yes, you should. You should. Like, what do you mean? The fact that he slapped me across the face and I got a black eye once doesn't mean I should leave. Yes, you should. This is what she said. I had a black eye once and he cheated on me means I should leave him forever and break. Well, yes. Yes, you should. You should. And sometimes I don't even blame her because it takes years and years of emotional programming and mental programming for a person to get to this stage. At one point in my life, I used to think like that. Yeah, at one point in my life, that was me. Because I thought it was normal. I was made to believe it was normal. Every time that something happened, every time that my parents lashed out on me, I was blamed for it. I was blamed for their reactions. I was blamed for their actions. Even when I've done nothing wrong, I'll still get blamed and I was forced to shove it down my throat. At one point, that was my mindset because of my upbringing. Oh, I don't want to leave him because people will say that, who is getting slapped in the face? Who is going through narcissistic abuse? Who is going through DV? Who is going through SA? You. Choose yourself. Do what's best for you. Now, because think about it. If someone is abusing, if you have a partner that is abusing you, that person should disgust you. You should be irritated. You should be disgusted by their presence. You should be disgusted by their voice. But nah, these are the love of your life. Imagine someone that is abusing you, climbing you at night. How do you open yourself up to that? For I'll be disgusted. Like, how dare you? Someone that doesn't respect you, insults the fruit of your womb, insults your vagina, body shames you, disrespects you, speaks to you anyhow, and that's the love of your life. No, you should be disgusted by that person. Like, ew, get off my face. And I'm so glad and happy that I've been able to come out of it, especially at a young age. And I'm just so glad and happy that I've never ever dated anyone, because I just know for sure that I would have been abused terribly. Narcissistic parents groom you for abuse. They prep you for predators. They prep you for abusers. If you're around an abuser, someone that is mistreating you, someone that isn't respecting you, leave that person. You'll be fine. Leave.